The wet weather not going anywhere anytime soon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Scarlett. You can see plenty of showers moving through the Midlands on our radar this evening, and the rain will hang around as we head into the work week. Meteorologist Vaughn Gaskin has a first look at your forecast.
You're right. We're just going to see wet and soggy conditions. I actually have taken a couple of phone calls today. Folks asking me, well, Vaughn, where's the rain? It's out there. It's just not at your place. We do have some areas with the rain outside, and talk about some muggy warm temperatures. Today's high temperatures were in the 70s in several locations, like in Sumter at 75, with 73 for you in Camden. Newberry, you settled at 68, even though now you're down to 64. So this is a look at the bigger picture. You do see the rain in place across the southeast and the deep south, but bringing it in closer, the heaviest rain remains down along the Gulf Coast. We certainly want it to stay there. We'll just deal with our light showers, and that's the story as we look at the rain from Lancaster, Winsboro, Newberry, and Saluda. Everyone else, clouds and mist. Temperature is still right around the 70-degree mark. Camden, Columbia, Lexington. And as far as your evening is concerned, plan on temperatures being in the 60s. We'll see about 67 by 9, and we're still tracking opportunities for rain right through the rest of the evening. More details to come on your first alert forecast in just a bit.
Thanks, Vaughn. New at 6, Richland County officials say one person is now dead after an overnight shooting in Eastover. Officials say 34-year-old Kwame Jones died at the scene after being shot just before midnight Saturday. This is new video of the scene at the intersection of Henry and Main Streets. 2 other men were taken to the hospital in unknown conditions. Police say they're looking into what unfolded before the shooting. Meanwhile, one person has been injured after a shooting at a Richland County gas station this morning. That happened around 2 a.m. on the 7300 block of Park Lane Road at the BP gas station. Officials say a man was shot several times and taken to the hospital. Right now, no word on his condition. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. 8 people, including 3 children, are now without a home after an early morning house fire in Lexington County. Fire crews say the fire was limited to 1 room at this mobile home on the 100 block of Greenfields Road. Crews believe the cause of the fire was from electrical issues with a space heater. Thankfully, no one was injured, but the 5 adults and 3 children have been displaced. Highway Patrol troopers say one person has died after a wrong-way collision with a tractor trailer this morning on I-26. We're told it happened around 3 this morning near the 119-mile marker near the Dixiana exit. Troopers say a car was traveling west in the eastbound lanes when it hit the tractor trailer head-on, ran off the road, and caught fire. The driver of the tractor trailer was not injured. This evening, federal officials continue to look into how CSX railway crews locked a switch that forced an Amtrak train off the main line and into a parked freight train on a sidetrack last weekend. The crash last Sunday morning in Casey killed 2 Amtrak workers and injured 116 others. The Associated Press reports even if CSX is found responsible for the incident, Amtrak will likely pay legal claims with public money. The AP reports Amtrak pays for accidents even if they were not at fault because of secretive agreements between the company and the railroads Amtrak travels on. The NTSB believes the investigation into the crash could take anywhere between 12 and 18 months. Remembering a fallen hero, last night, hundreds of people gathered to pay homage to a Georgia police officer killed in the line of duty. 26-year-old Chase Maddox was shot in the head during a deadly encounter with the suspect on Friday. His wife also attended the vigil. She's expected to give birth to their 2nd son on Wednesday. The police chief is asking that donations be made in lieu of flowers so that a wheelchair-accessible van can be purchased for Maddox's older son, who was disabled. The suspect was also killed in a shootout. 2 other deputies were injured. Today, in the act of giving, Lexington Girl Scout Troop 1639 were out at Finley Park to hand out backpacks filled with toiletries for the homeless. Our Jenna Cisneros was there this afternoon to witness these acts of kindness. She joins us live with more. Jenna?
Emily, over 160 backpacks were given out today to those in need of just so much. Something as small as toiletries and a new backpack just goes such a long way for our homeless population. It all started with one Lexington Girl Scout troop last year. Callahan Moore recognized a need for the homeless to have a bag to carry their belongings around. In August of 2017, with the approval of her school principal, Moore started a backpack drive collecting gently used book bags from her classmates. An additional 60 backpacks were donated by a local nonprofit organization. Moore then decided to fill the bags with toiletries, so she asked her neighbors and her friends to help donate. And with the help of the donations, the troop brought $200 worth of toiletries to finish filling the backpacks. They stuffed all the backpacks last week and distributed them earlier today at Finley Park.
My initial reaction was, thank God that someone is still caring and looking out for the homeless, whether it's the university or the community or businesses that are partnering up together. We're just grateful that someone is doing something.
The backpacks went so quick, less than 30 minutes, all of them were gone and all given to those in need. There will be a new backpack drive at the end of June, and if you'd like to help donate, you can do so by check or PayPal or by donating a backpack to the troop as it nears closer to June. Live in the studio, Jenna Cisneros, WIS News 10.
Well, Team USA is back after some disappointing losses in the first days of the Winter Olympics. They scored stunning victories and had strong performances today, nabbing the first medals of the Games. NBC's Gina Kim reports from Pyeongchang, South Korea.
Turns 9 through 12, and Mazda has blitzed it.
U.S. and Olympic history was made today when American Chris Mazda won silver in men's single luge. The first U.S. medal ever in the category.
Light at the end of the tunnel was guided by so many teammates, competitors, like everyone wants to help out.
One more jump to navigate.
And gold came from Coloradan Red Gerard, who flipped and spun his way to a stunning comeback from 11th place in men's slope-style snowboard. Friends and family back home exploded.
The wind, the first two runs were really bad, and I just got pretty lucky on my third run. I got a break in the wind and somehow made it through.
50-mile-an-hour gusts postponed several qualifying and medal events in the mountains and made it miserable for spectators. But on the ice, it was smooth sailing for figure skaters Brady Tennell and siblings Alex and Maya Shibutani, who kept the U.S. in the top three going into tonight's free skate competition. In Pyeongchang, Gina Kim, NBC News.
And Team USA will look to build upon its successes this weekend when the action picks back up later tonight. You can catch live coverage of the games right here on WIS starting at 7. Coming up, it's dramatic video showing the moment a truck burst into flames on the roadway, what officials say may have caused the truck to ignite. Plus, the raindrops keep falling in the Midlands this evening. We're tracking plenty of showers at this hour. How long you can expect the wet weather to hang around in the full first alert forecast. In this evening's White House Watch, White House advisor Kellyanne Conway says she was shocked and horrified by recent claims that a White House staffer abused his ex-wives, adding that she has, quote, no reason not to believe the women who came forward with the allegations. David Daniel reports.
I was horrified, and I was also very shocked. It's, as many people have noted, Jake, this is not the Rob Porter we worked with in the White House.
White House advisor Kellyanne Conway spoke out against the latest scandal to hit the Trump administration, domestic abuse allegations against the former White House staffer Rob Porter.
You have contemporaneous police reports. You have women speaking to the FBI under threat of perjury. You have police reports. You have photographs. And when you look at all of that pulled together, you realize that Rob Porter did the right thing by resigning.
Conway's comments stand in stark contrast to what President Trump has expressed. On Saturday, he tweeted, "People's lives are being shattered and destroyed by a mere allegation, and is there no such thing any longer as due process?" The allegations surfaced last week when two of Porter's ex-wives said they suffered years of emotional and physical abuse. Porter resigned shortly after, calling those claims outrageous and simply false. And since the fallout, Chief of Staff John Kelly has also come under fire. Kelly says he only learned of the domestic abuse allegations last week, but critics say he and other White House aides who have known about the claims for months have handled the situation poorly. But despite the blowback Kelly is currently facing, Conway says he has Trump's full support.
I spoke to the president last night. I told him I'd be with you today, and he said, please tell Jake that I have full faith in Chief of Staff John Kelly and that I'm not actively searching for replacements.
I'm David Daniel reporting.
Take a look at this dramatic video showing scary scenes today on an expressway in China after a truck that was carrying natural gas burst into flames. You can see it there. You can see a wall of flames appear out of nowhere on the right of your screen. 2 people in the truck were rushed to the hospital. 3 vehicles near the truck were also damaged. Fortunately, the people inside those vehicles were able to escape in time and were not injured. The fire forced part of the expressway to close temporarily. Firefighters say the natural gas on the truck was leaking, and that may have caused the fire. Happily ever after isn't always so happy. A woman in Houston wanted a clean slate after a bad marriage, so she held a divorce garage sale to get rid of the bad memories. And the biggest memory of her marriage went up in flames when she decided to set her wedding dress on fire. Many of the items at the garage sale were her ex-husband's, which she was awarded in their divorce last month.
So this is for every woman who has ever been in a relationship that was abusive, that hurt, that they shouldn't have stayed in, that they didn't know how to get out of.
Court records show her ex-husband is serving 7 years of probation and community service after pleading guilty to assault of a family member. Coming up in sports, it was a busy day on the basketball court for Coach Dawn Staley. It was the final day of Team USA training camp in Columbia. Plus, the Gamecocks rallied to take down the Florida Gators at home. Sports is next.
You know, Coach Staley's had a lot on her plate this weekend, from guiding Carolina hoops to leading Team USA. As the head coach of the women's national team, she welcomed in some of the best players in the nation to Columbia for training camp. Today marked the 3rd and final day of workouts. Competitive spirit was on full display. You know, it's funny you hear Skylar say fangirling because the USC women's team was fangirling over all the Team USA members being in town. And it was really a great experience for the Gamecocks being able just to watch Team USA practice, and that might help this shorthanded team moving forward as we get closer to March Madness.
Maybe a nice change for the coach, too.
I think she just loves basketball. Anytime, anywhere.
Thanks, Joe. Final check of your forecast after this. Well, police officers will tell you there isn't much they haven't seen, but here's one. This little critter popped up on the windshield of a sheriff's deputy car in Alameda County, California. The deputy says he used de-escalation techniques to talk the mouse down off his car. At last check, the mouse was last seen running and is now believed to be in hiding. So I'd say lucky mouse that he survived that situation.
Absolutely.
I'm just glad there was like not a windshield wiper to get it off. You know, that's what I do to like a fly or a bug.
That might have been the next step. Luckily, he talked him down.
Yeah,
use
what,
those
with
de-escalation techniques.
So dealing with some rain, but feeling pretty nice out there.
Absolutely. Certainly nice and mild for us. Unfortunately, we still have to deal with those showers out there. We're still going to have to deal with off and on showers for the next couple of days, not just hours. So that'll be right on into tomorrow, where it's warm. On Tuesday, much cooler. It was sort of a gray, cloudy, drizzle type day, not heavy rain. Perfect for your Valentine, though. Cloudy and the rain's out of here.
Just what you need to stick together, cuddle up, right? Thanks for watching. The Olympics are on tonight. We're back at 11.